I like people to know that my dad was a very compassionate and very understanding person. He was very approachable for all of us kids. Whether we had a question or a problem, he would always be able to relate with us with an experience that he had similar. He would never tell us, what we had to do or what we should do. Now, of course, he would give us his fatherly guidance. He took his role extremely seriously because he knew that Southwest Beaver Health did a very good thing for the Phoenix community, impacted these people's lives. He knew going in that this is a necessity for the people and the community of Phoenix as a whole. He just was always about preparation. Even Sundays before he'd be going to work, he always had yellow notepads that he'd have. He'd have them laying around the house or in his car and stuff. And so every time he had an idea or a thought, or he was trying to come up with a solution of something, he would always be writing it down. I now buy yellow notepads myself, and it's a great way to just record your thoughts. And he just would always try to prove himself, and then always try to capture what he was thinking in words.
He was a doer, and he was a doer of the profession. He went out into the community. I remember we took our first trip to China, and Jeff was not afraid to venture out in a place that he knew nothing or very little about. He went out into communities, and he got to know people, see people in their environment. And he just desired to know others and to give back to others. And he felt the way to do that was that you had to walk a mile in someone's shoes to really know who they are. And he was willing to do that. He wouldn't ask you to do anything that he wasn't willing to do himself. And so he led by example. He cared for his community by example. He went out, he gave back to others. He was just a giving person. And I will miss the times that we were here early in the morning, and he would always talk about his kids, his love for his kids, and I would share with him my love for my kids, and he was a family man. And I admired that about him. I desired to be like Jeff. And he was a living example of a man of character, a man of professional quality and just caring. All the things that we all desire and seek to be. For me, as a boss, a friend, a colleague, he was someone that I could go to and share my innermost feelings and thoughts about.
Passion. I have seen a lot of people passionate about what they do. Jeff was so passionate about what he did and how he did it, really to make behavioral health accessible to everyone. I think that's what really drove Jeff, and I don't think there were any boundaries too big, any walls too tall that he wouldn't tackle and try to make behavioral health available to everyone. I think that he looked for new and creative ways to get that health care to the people who most need it. And I think that's what really drove him in everything that he did. Jeff really built this organization from the ground up. The leaders that he put in place, the team members that he put in place, he empowered them. He encouraged them. He was, I would say, hands-off, for most part, but hands-on when he really needed to be and when the leaders needed him there. And that really in turn made for fantastic leaders throughout the organization. So from top down, Jeff's fingerprints are all over this organization, and they're going to be forever.